Hello and welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're filming today at Dr. Joe's Acupuncture and Wellness Clinic. Later on in the program, we're going to learn about the massage school here. Right now, Janet and I are sandwiched between two great voices. One, of course, our very own Rich Reynolds, and the other is our guest today. This is Buzz Kemper with Audio for the Arts. Thanks for returning on the program.
Thanks so much. Should we sing a duet or something?
Yeah, right. I know. After an intro like that, we almost have to.
I know.
No pressure.
Bass speakers here.
That's right. But lots to talk about. So Audio for the Arts is a recording studio. Lots of times people think of recording studios as a place where you're recording something like rock or hip hop, but it is so much more than that. Explain.
Yeah, it really is. That old model is really kind of outdated now, where it's the rock band that goes in and records until 4 a.m. and then everybody kind of passes out on the couch. It's now we get a lot of classical musicians, a lot of people doing student auditions, and this time of year we get a lot of that, students who are auditioning either to get into a grad school or to maybe get some financial assistance for their college education, and businesses doing stuff for their YouTube channels and for their Facebook. Everybody needs audio content, so it's all over the map now, and I love that.
Yeah, I bet.
And Buzz, in addition to that, you also do voiceover work for businesses mostly? How does
Mostly,
that work?
yeah, mostly businesses. One of my big clients is American Family Insurance, and we do stuff for TDS and people who just need something narrated or an ad or something like that. And I believe one of your guests on this show is Madison Ballet, and if you go to their Nutcracker, I will be the voice asking you to please turn off your cell phone.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. Yeah, so
Used for so many things.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
And I'm dying to say, when I'm out of town and I'm listening to Pandora and a commercial comes on for TDS, I could be in Florida and still hearing Buzz. There you go.
Yes.
I follow you, Janet.
Buzz in your
But
ear.
not in a creepy way.
Buzz in my ear.
Right, a buzz in your ear, right.
I've actually heard your voice a few times on something like that, which is great stuff. And I think one of the cool things about doing audio is sometimes you get to do things that are like outside the norm, if you will. What are some of the more like unusual things that you've done?
Well, we do get some really interesting requests. And like I said, one of my big clients is American Family. And a couple years ago, they hosted a performance by John Legend. And John Legend uses a very rare piano. There's none in Madison. There's probably 6 of them in the whole country. And American Family called me and said, "Can you help us locate this piano?" And it happened to be a Yamaha, and we own a Yamaha at the studio, so I knew who to call. I called my friend Mark Barrett, and we ended up with Yamaha International in on this thing. And eventually we found one and we got it shipped up, and Mr. Legend got to play on the piano of his choice. But that was my first time being a piano wrangler.
Wow.
So there you go.
Jack of all trades,
Yeah.
for sure.
Did not see that coming.
So one of the things that I find very interesting about your business, and your business in particular, Audio for the Arts, of course you have all these talented folks that are providing voiceovers and space for clients, but you have a great relationship with your clients. What do you think is the most important element of maintaining those relationships?
That's really great question, because I've always told people when we hire them that this is a real trust-based business. People are kind of exposing themselves when they're bringing their art in. It might be a song they've written or a performance they've been working on for a long time and they want to record it. It's very personal, and I think these people can oftentimes feel kind of emotionally exposed, and so we try to really build up a feeling of trust between us and the client, and a feeling of comfort that you can be relaxed here, you can make mistakes, you can put it all out there, and you're in a safe environment here, and we're on your side, and we're going to do everything we can to help you find your best.
Oh, cool.
So Buzz, let's take that one step further, and someone is new and they're coming in, they want to do this, but they're a little intimidated. We know what a great guy you are, but what are you doing to help them feel comfortable?
We'll meet with them in advance, and oftentimes, we will, especially with a student who's never done it before, we'll make sure that they know how to be prepared so that when they come in, a 3-hour session can take 3 hours instead of 9, because we don't want to take somebody's money for a lot of wasted time. We want to make sure that if it's, for instance, if it's a singer with a piano accompanist, make sure you work with your accompanist ahead of time and rehearse it and make sure the material is good. If your accompanist wants to come in advance and play our piano because our piano isn't her piano and it's different, come on in. We won't charge you for that. You know, things like that. We just try to make sure that, again, it's that comfort level.
You also do Foley work for people outside of the business. They
Yeah.
might not know what that means. What does that mean?
Yeah.
We got to do some for a horror movie. My business partner, Audrey Martinovich, did sound design for a horror movie, and she asked me to help with Foley. Foley is creating sounds that would have appeared in the movie, but you don't normally record them as the movie is being filmed because there's too many other sounds happening. So it could be footsteps, it could be knocking on a door, it could be the sound of, you know, a cloth tearing or whatever. I got to do so many door knocks for the movie The Nursery that my hand was starting to get sore.
Oh my goodness.
And I also got to bow on a cymbal to make a creepy kind of metallic sound for when the evil spirit appears.
Oh my gosh.
And footsteps. It was very funny. Audrey would get on the talkback and say, take 12 steps, turn left, pause, take 4 more steps, then do this, and then like sigh. And so I'd, okay, let me get that straight. You know,
Oh
so
my gosh.
Foley is a gas.
That is hilarious. Well, Buzz Kemper, door knocking expert, and so much more. Thanks for joining us today from Audio for the Arts. You're watching Wisconsin Family, and we'll be right back.